What's up, Madden fans? TNT713 here again today. Here to talk about something that you've either heard of, discussed, or been affected by. And we call it the Wally B if you're in the know. But if you're not in the know, you probably call it by the motion. You probably call it the motion glitch. I don't like calling it the motion glitch. Reason being is that term, motion glitch, gets associated with all kinds of things, whether they're the Wally B, whether they're a glitch at all. Sometimes things get coined the motion glitch, even though they're just regular football. So in a few moments, we're going to show some footage from Madden NFL 2004. We're going to have some footage from Madden NFL 17, and also we're going to have some footage from the actual NFL from the 2011 season. Two games specifically, the only two times that the Wally B concept has been used in an NFL game. Both during the 2000 season. Both games involve the Detroit Lions. And so we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, I'll give you a little bit of setup as to why it is that people considered it the motion glitch. And if you're not familiar, the Wally B, and that's what it was originally called, was a technique that someone used to win one of the Madden Challenge cities back when they were held in each of the NFL cities. He used one of this technique to basically defeat the most commonly used defense at the time, which was the man under two. And if you play man cover two or man under two or any of the defenses in that family, basically it's a forward man rush. There's 5 guys in coverage, and the 2 safeties are playing the deep halves of the field. Very popular defense. It is typically the tops on the most popular defenses that are run every year since online play has come out. EA keeps track of all of those statistics, and it's usually right up there at the top because it's a good all-around defense. But because it's a good all-around defense, it's not really great at stopping anything specific, but it's easily attacked if someone sees it all the time. If you see it all the time, it's easy to pick it apart. And the Wally B was designed to pick apart the man under two. What the Wally B is, let me get into that, it's when you call that particular year, Madden 2004, if you're not familiar, had a playmaker feature where you could use a playmaker route specific to your primary receiver, and he was the guy with the orange route, in case you were wondering which guy it was when you look at the play art. The guy with the orange route, you could hit the right stick in various directions. Specifically for the Wally B, you hit the right stick to the right, and it would send him on a flat route to the right. And if you hit it to the left, it would send him on a flat route to the left. Now, why that's important is because if your flanker was your primary receiver, he was already standing in the flat. So in order for this route to be effective, to give him more than 2 steps before he got to the sideline, you really had to motion him towards the inside. Well, for the Wally B, you motion him towards the inside, and then when he arrived right at the tight end, in the gap between the tight end and the tackle, you snap the ball, and then he would head right back in the same direction that he came. Well, if you were playing man under two, the corner, when the receiver went in motion, the corner went in motion with him. When the ball was snapped in that gap, the linebacker, who was standing here, and the corner, they would rub each other out of the play, and the wide receiver would run out into the flat, pretty much wide open. If he's not wide open, sometimes the linebacker would switch coverage with the corner and go out into the flat with the receiver, and the corner would take the tight end. Sometimes they'd get caught in the wash, and both of them would take the tight end before realizing one of them need to go out there and take that wide receiver. So because it was effective against the most popular coverage of the year, it was labeled a glitch, an AI exploit, an abusive tactic. And if you didn't know much about your coverage, you didn't know that having that linebacker, this linebacker being assigned anything other than man coverage, would get rid of any need to make an adjustment. You could slide your linebackers to the inside, and that was sometimes all the adjustment that you would need, because then the corner wouldn't run into him because he was too far to the inside. There were a bunch of adjustments that you could have made, but most people didn't because they weren't really savvy football minds, and they weren't sure exactly what this tactic the Wally B was trying to attack. And so they ended up getting victimized by it. So we'll get into some footage in just a moment. I'm done talking for right now. You'll hear a little bit of commentary as we move on. But let's get into some footage. What you're seeing right now is an on-field diagram of the man under two. You'll notice the 4 men rushing, as well as the 5 men across the field in man coverage, and the 2 deep safeties. And this is as it appeared on the field in Madden 2004. And the first step was to choose any play in your playbook. Had to be a pass play, of course, because it's a throw. Any play in your playbook with the flanker listed as the primary. And he was designated as an orange route. Right now we've got that listed as Mushin Muhammad, who's coming in motion. We've already playmakered him back out to the flat. And as you can see, he gets open, picks up a decent chunk of yards. Now we'll go into the replay, and you'll see that Mushin Muhammad is kind of the lightest effect. That is the lesser of all of the defensive scenarios. Now on this one, you'll see that both the corner and the safety, the corner and the linebacker run with the tight end at first before one of them realizes we need to step out and take care of his wide receiver who's out in the flat. And by the time they get out there, the ball is caught. And, Now, mind you, when you see this replay, you'll notice there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic. Everybody's jumbled up right there in that one area. And we'll run this again a few more times. But this time you'll see that it's even much more pronounced when you use play action, which is going to come into play when we show the real NFL game. If it's the play action, you'll notice that the linebacker freezes, and as he stands flat-footed, the wide receiver is running his route. What's up, Madden fans? I'm back. What you just witnessed was the Wally B from the Madden 2004, frequently called the Madden glitch. You'll notice that several times the receiver got a little bit of separation. Sometimes he got a whole lot of separation. Now, mind you, that was out of a sample size of about 20 or 30 plays that were run, and I only took maybe 3 to 5 of them for display. The ones that were the most effective at breaking down that coverage. Some of them, ball wasn't snapped. The defenders didn't switch, but either way, the receiver didn't get nearly as much separation. Now, what many of you may have noticed in years since is that the developers at EA, because of the backlash, because of this Wally B technique, a lot of players were calling on EA to make a change in the game. And they did. One of the changes, the first change they made, is that when a receiver ran in motion, he was no longer able to run his route. Whatever route he was assigned was canceled out whenever the ball was snapped while he was in the tackle box. So if you're looking to add someone else to your protection, motion your receiver behind the tackle box, he'll stay in the block now. Alright, now on this play, what you might notice, I'm going to show you the play art. What you might notice is that Funchess is running a deep end by design. However, if we motion him the same way we would in a Wally B kind of setup, if we motion him and snap the ball right here, he stays in the block. He doesn't run routes anymore. He has become an offensive lineman, so to speak. And it's not odd to see a wide receiver come in to block. Generally, if they are expecting an 8-man rush. I remember seeing the Oakland Raiders do it against Kansas City a few years ago. But one thing you'll notice is he don't run his route no more. Still says he's running a route, but he ain't running a route. It shows his route as being a pass route the entire time as he's coming across. But as soon as I snap the ball, you saw he stays in the block. And that's the same with any other person that you send in motion if they're back here. He's just getting in the way. And he becomes unavailable as a pass receiver. Another thing is that because short motion is frequently used, and I can't remember the last time I saw a game where it wasn't used. Because short motion is used so much in the NFL, the EA, after making receivers that you manually motion, after forcing them to block, they added a concept called auto motion, which basically snaps the ball for you, sends your guy in motion and snaps the ball for you when he's at the spot that the Wally B snaps the ball. So basically the snap occurs at the same time. However, it's auto-designed. It's pre-programmed. So that makes it a lot less effective. You can't reassign routes. Once you change the route for an auto motion play, it cancels the auto motion. So you can't assign someone a flat route, send them in motion using the auto motion, and then have them run the same type of route that would cause the coverage, the man coverage, to rub into defenders. Now here what we've done is we put in an auto motion play, which, as you'll notice, Funches comes in motion. This happens automatically. The corner sticks with him. He blows the play, but he does stick with him. Now, if I were to change Funches to another route, it cancels his auto motion. He doesn't run in motion anymore. And so there's no way for you to do the Wally B or any kind of Wally B-like concept anymore. Although it was solid football, you can't use it anymore because too many people complained about it. Now what we're about to watch is what these concepts look like in the real NFL. Now, mind you, this was run 8 years later, and only twice. These two games both involve the Lions from the 2011 season, and they also add play action into the mix, which wasn't typically used in the Wally B when people were playing online. But take a look. Pay particular attention to what the commentators are saying while these plays are being run. Check this out.
Cowboys has been outstanding.
Talk more about them with choice in the backfield. Interesting play. That's Ogletree. And Ogletree is out of bounds just before getting into the end zone, forced out by Delmas. Ogletree was coming on a little reverse, and then he reversed.
Yeah, they run the play where they fake the slant, then run the reverse to Ogletree, only this time they had a little play-action pass off of it to where they fake the slant. He comes in motion, but instead of running the reverse, he stops, and then he's able to lose his defender. The defender immediately is trying to go over the top in order to be there on the reverse, and when Ogletree comes back, he's wide open then, and almost got that into the end zone for a touchdown.
And now Jason Garrett throws the challenge flag, saying that Ogletree got in.
By Dallas. First and goal versus a score. We'll review the play.
A few weeks later, the Lions liked it so much they tried it again on the Panthers.
those first 3 drives. Got to find a way to get Calvin Johnson involved in this game.
From the 19, first down Lions. And the screen to Burleson. And Burleson goes down. He started running toward the line as if it was going to be an end around, fake or handoff, and then he backed up and got the ball and got 3 yards.
You know, it's funny how this is a copycat league. I studied these guys earlier, and Dallas did this exact same play to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions said it worked so well, let's try it ourselves. But really, you got to hand it to the Carolina Panthers. They were in a zone defense as opposed to a man where that would have worked effectively.
5 catches.
I'm not sure how I feel about all of the changes. I know I don't like some of them. I understand why they were made. But it basically comes down to there are a lot of players who play Madden that are not are not adept at noticing strategic wrinkles. They are especially typically keenly unaware of how coverages work, because most Madden players don't care about playing defense. So that was part of the problem. And on top of that, they run some the most popular coverages are the most popular because people run them. So basically, that's it for today's video. Just wanted to show you that the motion glitch wasn't necessarily as glitchy as everybody thought it would be. We've got NFL footage, the only NFL footage available to back that assessment up, and we look forward to maybe doing another one of these videos next time. Next time we put up a video, it'll be have some more gameplay in it.